Man Bat is one of my favorite tunes to play with. He is so much fun. I love his disease mechanic. But is he a good tune? Spoiler alert. No, no, he's not. He's trash. Let's get into it.
There is a difference between you and me. We both looked into the abyss. But when it looked back at us, you blinked.
Hi guys, I'm Gravity here, and this is a DC Legends video. In this video, I'm giving you an in-depth guide on Man Bat. I love playing with Man Bat. I love using Man Bat. I love how his mechanics work. Why is he a trash tune? He does not, I don't know, but I can tell you that he's good in the right circumstances, and given Talon now being in the game, I could see his value rising a lot. However, when he first came out, I think it was October 2019. When he first came out, October 2019, he was incredible. That was the first time I think I posted a YouTube video on the game, was to discuss him basically, and that was before I was doing anything consistent with YouTube. I don't even, those videos are lost on a different channel that you guys will never find. I really enjoyed playing with him, and his disease mechanic is absolutely incredible. However, I don't know what it is about him, but it just does not work within what was the current meta of PvP. So it was very good in PvE, still very good in PvE, but in terms of PvP, not so much. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through his kit, and there are ways to use him now with the introduction of Talon. You can definitely get him in the game and get to like using him, but that's going to be new. We'll see how that goes in the future. So let's go ahead and get right into his kit. First of all, the look. I do not like the original look. It reminds me of old dude from Prisoner of Azkaban when he turned into a werewolf. I cannot remember his name, but he was the new master of the dark arts or whatever teacher, and he changed into a werewolf. And that is what the original skin of Man Bat looks like, and I don't like it. But I do like this skin. This skin is absolutely awesome. Now, Glide Slash. Damage to an enemy, apply 3 disease. 50% additional damage if any enemy is taunting or invisible. Which, you like the 50% additional damage, but it's not really necessary. 4 additional disease if target is taunting or invisible. That's 7 disease if somebody is taunting or invisible. Awesome if the target is taunting or invisible. Sorry. Now, Subsonic Blast. Now, here's the thing. With his entire kit, that's the only thing I was concerned about. That's the only thing I cared about, was using that ability. That's it. Okay, guys. Sorry about the interruption there. Anyway, so, like, truth be told, the A1 was the only thing I cared about, period. And truth be told, that's the only thing I used in this kit, which is why it was great to run him with, like, call assist tunes, like your Green Lanterns, like your Hippolytas, like your Darkseids. That was before Darkseid was out, but you get my point. Like your Saint Walkers, running him with Saint Walker was so much fun. But it was very easy to figure out how to stop him, which was just drop Green Lantern Hal Jordan in. This was like back before Terra existed, but now there's definitely another way, which is Terra. So anyway, Subsonic Blast. Light damage to all enemies, gain True Sight, and 12% turn meter up. He gains True Sight, and that's when you can start attacking the invisible enemies and give them that 7 disease. And truth be told, you know what? And this is proof positive where I was in my DC Legends journey at the time, which is very mid-game, because you see that this is not even ringed out. And I'm a big proponent now. Back then, I didn't even know what turn meter was. Now I'm a big proponent of turn meter. So I'm going to go ahead and give them some rings. I mean, you know, what the kids say. If you like it, you should have put a ring on it. And by kids, I mean kids 15 years ago, because nobody sings that song anymore. Yeah, I'll ring that out later. Okay, so then the Man Bat. Gain 3 strength ups and deal damage to an enemy. Gain 2 additional strength ups if target has disease. Apply 3 disease to random enemy. So, truth be told, I might not have even been using him correctly, and that's how much I loved him, and that's how effective he was for me. Like, start opening up with the A2, then going with the A3, then the A1 may be a legitimate like rotation for him. But I was only focused on getting that A1 off, to be quite frank. And now the legendary ability here is also gain 8 agility up, which makes him that much harder to kill. And on top of all that, 1 second, challenge the leader. A 60% chance to use glide slash when an enemy gains taunt on their turn, which is why I wish that was 75%. I love when that ability goes off. It is awesome. And then also, Man-Bat is immune to critical hits, which is why that agility up now that I know would have made him that much harder to take down. Then the last passive ability, Contaminated Claws. 65% chance to apply 1 disease each time Man-Bat deals damage to an enemy. So he's going to give you 8 disease if he's dealing damage to you on his A1. Awesome kid. Absolutely love it. Now what I'm going to do is take you into a couple of his videos. I do love his kit. I do love using him. And actually, now that I think about it, on this A4, that is also gain agility ups. And then here, gain 1 agility up at the end of his turn if an enemy has disease. Not worth it. It's just 1. Man-Bat is immune to crit hits. Apply 3 disease to a random enemy on the A3, and then 4 additional disease. Target is taunting. All right, so I'm gonna say A1 first. I'm gonna say A1 first. Then I'm gonna say the A4P1. Now, if you are early game, I might legitimately take the P1A4 first, because you're thinking more about survival over actual damage. The disease is great and it'll help kill them, but if he's dead in the meantime, because he is slow, he is very, very slow. He's going to take some hits if you don't protect him. In early game, you may not have the ability to protect him as much as you want to. You may not have a taunter. You may not have a bunch of shield. You may not have a bunch of heal at the moment. So you might want to make it so that he can take a hit. You know what I mean? Because he might be getting a few hits before it's actually his turn. So I might lean towards the A4P1 first if you are early game. Otherwise, I would say the A1 first. Then I would say the A2P or A4P2 second. I do like applying the random disease, so I would say that would be 3. A3 is third. Then I would go with the A2, which is the agility ups, and then I would go with the A5P2 last. So order we're looking at in game and mid game ish is A1, then the A4P1, then we're looking at the A3, then we're gonna go with the just to be on the safe side, then we're gonna go with the P2. And then we're gonna, or the A2, then we're gonna go with the A5P2. Early game, my recommendation, I'm gonna go ahead and change my recommendation on early game, just because it's like I think it's better for survival. You can use the mid game to end game order if you want to, and that's up to your discretion. Even if you want to change it around a little bit, just think on it for a second. But what I'm gonna say is that you should immediately go for the A4P2 first. Then I might even say go for the A2 second, because the agility ups is going to help you against physical damage tunes. Then you focus on your damage by going for your A1. Then you go for the if you get to that point. Then you go for the A3, and then of course you know what's last. So that's kind of how I'm leaning towards early game. I'm trying to give you guys a little bit of a different legendary order for early game, because I know the challenges that you have there are different than those of us who are in the end game. So now I'm going to go ahead and switch this over. I don't know why I just made that noise. That is weird. I'm weird today. I don't know what it is. All right, so now we're switching over to the actual battles. So here, as you can see, what I'm trying to do is, let me go ahead and get down here so I can actually manipulate things. What I'm trying to do is that I have, skip a little bit more, skip a little bit more, still skip a little bit more. The load screen is something serious, right? All right, so here's what I'm trying to do. Well, let me see the opponents first as they pop up. Okay, good. So now, I have Martian Manhunter. I want to ensure that Red Robin is going to go first-ish, because we know Black Flash is going to go, which is why Aquaman is in there right now. Aquaman is going to manipulate the turn meter once his turn meter is manipulated. Then I'm going to rush Red Robin over to give Man-Bat's full turn meter, 100% turn meter. I used to do this all the time back in 2019. Wow, how long have I been playing this game? You have Man-Bat full turn meter, and then Man-Bat I'm going to use to attack Power Girl, who's going to have taunt on her. Now, the thing I used to do back in the day was that Power Girl would have taunt and death immunity, and I was begging for her to keep the death immunity and the taunt, because I would just give her, 14, 21 disease. Then when it got to her turn, she would have death immunity, so she would kill everybody else, but she would be alive with that single death immunity on her. Then after her turn was over, the death immunity would fall off, and then you could just tap her because she was already at 0 HP because the disease took care of her. Now let's see how this battle goes, but that's the initial idea, is to use Man-Bat to attack Power Girl, get a bunch of extra disease on, and then take care of the rest of the team. So let's see how this goes. So now you see Black Flash goes, Aquaman takes off, she goes off. Now that passive ability just proc, so he just gave her 7 disease. You have Dr. Poison going next. Sometimes the orders of this stuff confuses me, and I'm not sure that Aquaman's Maelstrom always works the way that I want it to. So then Dr. Poison goes off. I give the True Sight, or actually the 100% turn meter is what I'm looking for, to Man-Bat, and then attack with the A1 again on Power Girl. And that's going to give her 14 disease now, as opposed to 0 disease. Now we go ahead and we get another chance to go. I want to hit her again. 21 disease is sitting on Power Girl right now, and now she gets her turn, and look at everybody slowly die. You know what I mean? That was so much fun to do. She was basically, at that time, she went from the thing that's protecting everybody to the thing that's killing everybody. She's damaging her own team right now. That's awesome. So awesome. And then now it's just, now that everybody's weakened, now we're going to be in a better position to just take them out bit by bit. They don't have full health bars, and even if they do, it comes back around to her turn, and you saw her take out the last 2 of her turn. Even if she kills the rest of us, which, oh wait, no, Martian Manhunter took care of her, by the time she would have gotten to her 3rd turn, disease would have taken care of her for us. I love it. Now, with this setup, I think I was just trying to be cute. I don't know what this is. So basically, Donna Troy's there, multiverse. I'm trying to get to use, I guess, the A3 more often. Using Donna Troy and Grundy to protect us. And then Aquaman is there for... Oh. Now, this is where stupidity comes into play. Aquaman is there at lead because I don't want anybody on the team to get critical hits. Now, Man-Bat is already immune to critical hits. However, my worry was that Donna Troy was going to take a critical hit because she was going to be a taunter, and that was going to be the end of her. I wanted to be able to convert buffs into awareness and use multiverse presence in order to use Maelstrom, not Maelstrom, I Am Your King more often and increase turn meter as much as possible. So here we go. I don't even know if this team would have been successful, but we do have Power Girl there who's going to taunt. There you go. You see me using I Am Your King. So that way that Man-Bat can go ahead and give those disease to Power Girl. And we want to keep the taunt on Donna Troy or Grundy just in order to protect Man-Bat from any attacks. He's already immune to crit shot, so he is hard to take down, but still not letting him take any damage when it's not necessary. Now, I want Power Girl's turn to come. I want her turn to come so that she can go ahead and take care of the rest. Superman taunts, proccing Man-Bat to go ahead and attack. Gotta love that. Attack him again. There goes your 14 disease. Now, the problem with placing disease on Superman as opposed to Power Girl is that at the start of his turn, 85% chance to purge all debuffs. So there's a good chance that those debuffs will not help me at all. Also, with Arcus, when he does do his taunt, he gives himself debuff immunity as well. So, not the best thing for Man-Bat in that situation. See how this plays out, actually, because I genuinely don't remember. I am using that turn meter up, that I Am King turn meter manipulation to just keep Man-Bat with multiple turns. However, the 2 people, the 2 taunters that I probably should not be attacking with Man-Bat are Superman and Arcus. Arcus taunts, gets himself death immunity and debuff immunity. Superman taunts and will purge all of the disease when his turn comes around. Hopefully he doesn't. Maybe it's at 15% chance. Nope, all of it purged. So in any case, let's see how this finishes off. I think the death immunity is going to fall off of Arcus coming up soon, and we're all Mystic, and right now Man-Bat actually has 2 awareness, 3 awareness, 2 awareness. So even if Arcus does hit him, it's not going to be a problem. Superman hits him, not a problem. So we can go ahead and take 1 shot at Superman. Somebody with an AoE attack. Somebody. Anybody. There we go. Get Superman up out the paint. Death immunity falls off, and then Arcus is about to fall. All right, so there you go. That was not a good team to be using. Let's just be real about it. That was a poorly constructed team for the situation I was going into. In any case, let's go ahead and look at the stats. So you have him 171st in terms of speed. I thought there were only 168 tunes in the game. I'm being funny. But he's at the bottom. The bottom. I think he's tied with like Mr. Freeze or something. HP, as you can see, has 39,000. So well, thereabouts, just almost 40,000. So tied for 11th. So the fact that he does not take critical shots and he has such a deep HP pool makes it very hard to take him down. Strength, you don't give a damn about strength because his ability to do damage, just like with Dr. Poison and other disease tunes like Roz, I don't care about the strength. I'm caring about the disease. Punchline, she actually hits average, like pretty hard. But I don't care because the disease is going to be the damage dealer for me. So whatever the strength is, I don't care. Whatever the intelligence is, I don't care outside of the fact that I need him to survive special damage attacks. Now, the legendary order they give here is 4-1-3-2-5. And I think I went 1-4-3-2-5. So there you go. They went more for survivability over the disease. I went more for the disease over the survivability. For end game, you guys already know the deal when it comes to early game. I gave you that shout out or that heads up. Now we'll go into the final videos and that'll be it for us. So now this construction, I'm going to use St. Walker for the call assist. Red Robin, of course, I'm going to use to give him that 100% turn meter up. And the True Sight, just in case I want to attack somebody that's invisible. Martian Manhunter is there to make sure that we go first. So, yeah. Again, I absolutely love Man-Bat. I think he's incredible. But you have to do a lot to get him to work. And in PvE, sure. But in PvP, is not always going to be great. I bring him out when I want to have fun, but he's not necessarily the best option. So here I'm trying to take out Wonder Girl, which was not successful at all. Then I use the call assist on him to go ahead and lay down some disease on some folks. Now hopefully when Nightwing gets his turn, the amount of disease that I put on him will mean the end of Wonder Girl. His turn comes up, there goes Wonder Girl, and I've severely damaged Clayface, and Batman isn't doing so well either. So they've taken us, and that's the other thing too, like, one of the things with disease is it's kind of a slow play. Like, you have to allow the enemy to get their turn in order for disease to take effect, and in the meantime, they can take you out. That's part of the reason why it's not great in PvP, because then I'm going to come up with 2 stars and 1 stars as opposed to 3 stars, if I'm relying on that for my damage. But hell, when it comes down to like early game, like disease is God sent. Like that's why Punchline is so great on my free-to-play account, because disease, it does not matter if I'm 3-starring, 4-starring, or whatever. 4-starring. It doesn't matter if I'm 3-starring, 2-starring, 1-starring, whatever. As long as I win and I get a few of those points, then I can scale the PvP like ladder and get like 115, 195 frags for the tune that's available that week. So I'm able to complete my boards and everything like that. In game and late mid game, you're kind of trying to focus on keeping everybody on your team alive, and Man-Bat / relying on disease. Having disease there is good. It's kind of like the silence with Hush thing. I'm not relying on silence. I'm not advocating to rely on disease, but if you have it there, then it is an awesome tool to use to get past certain difficult situations. I use it to take care of Nightmare campaign, you know? So like, it's possible and it has its uses, but it's kind of a niche use, because if I have disease on Arcus and Arcus has 85 strength ups, that doesn't matter. Because once he goes, he has his death immunity. He's going to crack my face if I can get disease on him, if he hasn't already put the debuff immunity on. You know what I mean? So like, he's not 100% useful in every situation, but he is a lot of fun. He can be useful in certain situations. So I guess he's just very niche there. So Thank you guys for watching all the way through. Check out the Alan Scott in-depth guide coming out on Monday. Check out my free-to-play week 6 and my April preview that came out earlier this week. Please like and subscribe. I drop these videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, hit subscribe, hit dislike. I'm okay with that as well. Buy me a coffee. Buy me a coffee. And actually, I think I did that roster advice thing based on those who bought me a coffee. But check out the link. I think I have that special benefit down there for you. But in any case, thank you guys for watching all the way through, and I'll see you next time.